Hello guys, I hope you are staying safe. My name is Wale Farron. I'm a tech entrepreneur and you are watching another episode of Tech Roundup, your weekly opinion, views and analysis of the top tech events happening around the world with a focus on Nigeria. On Tech Roundup this week, we're doing things a little bit differently, as you can tell. We'll be showcasing a portion of our most recent Fintech Roundtable with some of the leading professionals in the Nigerian space. In this episode, we'll focus on the e-commerce space in a panel discussion that is led by the CEO of Konga, Nnamdi Ekeh. All the exclusive insights into the operations of Konga since the acquisition by Yudala, the state of the industry in this new world post-COVID-19, and their aspirations for the future. Do you know that Konga is set to break even? I know you might be interested in that. Enjoy the episode, and as always, keep watching. Nnamdi, I was reading recently when I saw that a major financial backer of your main competitor is pulling out of that business. It came as a shock. I couldn't understand what that meant, and I was hoping I would get your perspective on that, because that's a competitor that's been putting a lot of cash, frankly speaking, into that business. Went IPO last year allegedly to raise more money for the business, but now they're saying we are no longer going to be in this business. How are you reacting to that, and what does that mean for e-commerce in Nigeria and probably in the rest of Africa?
I mean, it's a tough one. I'm not sure how to react really, because you're right. They were the first backer for our competition, but at the end of the day, they are still a VC. So they have set goals, they have set targets, they have profit targets that they're trying to meet. So at the end of the day, if they have a venture like Jumia that went from 20-something dollar shares to 40-something and dropped down to I believe it's $2.88 now.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a tough investment, and it gets to the point where you need to take a business decision, and I think that's what they really did. What does it mean for the e-commerce industry in Nigeria is what's really important to me. I think we've been given almost this negative frame. It's the same way people look at Nigerians as fraudsters. It has found its way to hit our e-commerce industry, which for me is very negative, because do I think they are a fraudulent company? Maybe not. Did they do a lot of things wrong? Probably yes. But should that light shine on everybody else in the industry? I don't think so. A lot of us have been grinding, maybe not making as much noise, but I've been really trying to make this e-commerce thing work. And I always tell people, it's not just about selling products online. If I wanted to make billions overnight from selling products, I'll just go and buy half of Konga Village with the money I've spent on Konga so far. You understand? So it's not really about selling products. It's really about just trying to change the way people buy products. So at some point, as an investor, you have to sit down and say, okay, do I really want to go ahead with this investment? Especially with all the bad press the business is getting, all the issues they are facing, shutting down in different markets. So, I mean, there are very smart people in the business, but at some point, you really have to sit down and take a business decision.
There's been this debate about which model of e-commerce would truly work in an emerging market like Nigeria. Is it where, like Konga, I think Konga started as a mega merchant online, where they had all the inventories and all that. And then gradually went into having third-party merchandise, being resold on the platform. I don't know what your mix is today with, your own inventory versus third-party inventory, or whether you have one versus the other. What's your school of thought in terms of which is really more appropriate for a market like Nigeria?
If I had to pick myself personally, I would say that first party, that's only your own inventory is critical for success in the Nigerian market. And the reason I would say that is there's a lot of trust issue in Nigeria. So when you have a market that there's already lack of trust, and you try to rely on third parties, you end up shooting yourself in the foot. Mm-hmm. But unfortunately, with the kind of market we're in, it's almost impossible to own everything you sell. You need huge amounts. Almost all the money you're raising is basically going into working capital, which is not sustainable. So what we had to do at some point, which was, I think was a really visionary decision by Sim Shagai at that point in time, was to launch a marketplace. And Konga was really the first marketplace in Nigeria at that point in time. And they were able to very quickly scale to about 100,000 merchants selling different products. Now it's really great because what now happens is that you have 500,000, 1 million products on your platform. But then you start having those issues where the customer orders the products, they don't get exactly what they ordered for. You start having issues with quality and all these kind of different problems. But at the end of the day, your business, you're there to solve problems. So you find your ways to solve those problems. But in terms of what is ideal, I always feel it's ideal to run that first party model. And I believe that's why Amazon was able to build so much trust in the early days, because they had so much control over the inventory in their system. Yeah, so for Konga today, the split is still majority marketplace. Because of our retail stores and our omni-channel model, we've been able to, it was actually, before the acquisition, it was about 95%, 5%. But now we brought it to about 80-20. So we control a lot more percentage of the inventory we sell.
I noticed that you guys have your own delivery apparatus. You have K Express. 2 questions there. One, what informed you to make that decision to own your own delivery outfit to deliver product to customers? And 2, do you think by doing that and you are solving that logistic problem, around e-commerce?
So I think the choice was really, at that point in time, it was taking a decision on whether to go ahead with third-party logistics partners or to do the logistics and delivery yourself. The problem at that point in time was that nobody could really handle last mile delivery in Nigeria. Let's call it speed. As at 2014, 2015, nobody was doing last mile delivery nationwide at the scale that e-commerce companies are doing it today. So really, I think all the e-commerce players in the market really sets a standard for a lot of 3PLs. Up until 2016, DHL didn't have an e-commerce department in Nigeria. Same thing for UPS. So it was really later on these guys started to catch on to last mile deliveries. I started to take it a lot more seriously. But at that point in time, because of the kind of volume that we're churning out, it didn't make sense relying on third parties. So at that point in time, we started building our own network and we don't own all the assets 100%. We also work with what we call franchisees in different locations that help us deliver products to the last mile. So at the end of the day, we thought it was critical in order to keep that customer experience optimal for us to develop our own logistics network. Or less, we have gotten to the point where people are urging and we can't deliver to them. Do
you think, in your own estimation, and I said it's an unfair question, is Konga better now under the new management than Konga of?
So for me, I don't think we just have a different approach. Based on our background, and this coming from a family business perspective, from design school, we're very conservative people. So when we took hold of that big business with huge funding, we had to kind of scale it down. So the first thing we did was we dropped costs. Costs reduced by almost 60%. And the funny thing is, in the first year, we were able to grow our revenue by almost 8 times, even while dropping costs by 60%. And I think the key reason for that is, first of all, the omni-channel model we're able to deploy, and then the kind of synergy we had coming from Yudala, who was very strong offline and had very strong first-party business, to Konga, who had a very strong marketplace and a merchant network. And then connecting those two really gave us a lot of strength. And I think that's why we're still alive and still pushing today. And honestly, we've come so close to profitability. If not for this unexpected pandemic, I think we would have been very close to breaking even by the end of this year. So it's quite unfortunate.
That's good news to hear that an e-commerce business in Nigeria is at this scale is finally going to be profitable. Let's take COVID-19 away. Hopefully we'll figure out a way to solve that problem after. Thank you, Nnamdi.
As always, we'd like to hear your comments and feedback, so please connect with me on LinkedIn at Wale Faron and subscribe to the TechRoundUp YouTube channel if you haven't done so. Also, please like us on Facebook and be part of our vibrant tech community and our interactions. Have a great weekend, guys, and see you all again next week. Good night.